The signs are there. Kids are back at school. The beaches are emptying out. Summer is winding down in southwestern Connecticut. Hi, everybody. I'm Damian Andrew. It's hard to believe, but it's year 3 of DAF Media. Thanks to the hard work of dozens of student and adult volunteers, we live streamed more than 250 events in our first 2 years. This is all possible through generous grants from the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Well, the spring produced state champions and conference champions at Darien High School, and we couldn't be more excited about what this fall has in store. The Blue Wave football team is hard at work under the watchful eye of longtime head coach Rob Trefone, who later this year will be inducted into the Connecticut High School Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Now, Darien exited last season unfulfilled after dropping its final 2 games. And for the first time since 2014, the Wave didn't hoist a state championship plaque. But expectations are high this season. There's a new QB1, and the defense returns some big-time playmakers. DAF Media's Ted Brennan recently caught up with Coach Trefone to get his thoughts on the season and his Hall of Fame nod.
Thank you, Damien. Coach, congrats on being elected into the Connecticut High School Coaches Association Hall of Fame. You were recently honored at halftime of a UConn football game. How special was that for you?
Very special. Number one, I got an opportunity to see Brian Keating, BK, up there. And number two, look, Connecticut has had a plethora of tremendous coaches, and to be, honored in the same name as, many of those, was humbling.
Coach, once again, congratulations. After winning 3 straight titles, you ended last season on a down note with 2 back-to-back losses. How much motivation does that provide for this season?
How about all of it? All the motivation, because honestly, those players, were angry and it's still angry, that. And of course, little did we all know it, but it was the first time a program had lost 2 straight since 2007, I think it was. It was some ridiculous streak. So, and it was a game against Newtown that we felt we could have won, obviously, and didn't want to go home early.
A number of new faces this season on both sides of the ball. How is this team coming together?
Very good. Of course, we begin to get together or come together in the weight room. December through March, we've got 60 kids in the weight room, bonding and starting to learn how to be a team. And then there's passing leagues and passing tournaments, all throughout the off season. So that's really when they begin to bond, and now we walk into, the preseason and they're already pretty tight.
You've coached your sons in the past. Your son Mark is a senior this year. What's that been like, coaching your kids?
Well, you know what? It's a 2-headed monster. So, on the one side, the good side, it's awesome. You get to spend time with your own sons, and, where many dads are either in the city or somewhere else and don't see their son or daughter, for that matter, until 7 or 8 o'clock. The other side is he's your son. So I'm always harder on him than anyone else. I get reminded of that often by my wife. But because I, expect a lot out of him, and I know that, if he walks or shows up late, that it's a bad reflection on everything. So I think he knows I'm a little harder on him than I should be.
Coach, good luck on the season. Thank you for taking the time to interview with us. Damien, back to you in the booth.
Head coach Mo Minikis has built the Blue Wave field hockey program into one of the state's best. Darien has won 8 of the last 11 FCAC championships. And while there's been no outright state title since 2013, there's always a reason for optimism. The history of the Darien High School girls volleyball program is written on the walls inside main gym. Banners display conference championships and state championships. Head coach Lori LaRusso and a stream of talented players are the architects behind this perennial power. The Wave hasn't won an FCAC title since 2014, but it's a new season with high expectations. Now, while the Blue Wave boys soccer team missed out on the conference playoffs again last season, there was a marked improvement from the year before. While Darien lost a number of players to graduation, there's plenty of talent back this season, including all-conference center back Charlie Sears. The Blue Wave girls soccer program has never won a conference or state championship, although Darien-'s had plenty of success in recent years. There was a run to the state semifinals 2 years ago. Head coach Lee Parsons is back as head coach, and the Blue Wave figure to once again be a contender in the FCAC. The Darien boys and girls cross-country teams have enjoyed plenty of success through the years. They'll have their sights set on the FCAC championship meet at Waveney Park and the state meet. And as always, the Darien girls swim team figures to be a contender in the pool. As you can see, we have an exciting fall season ahead. Of course, we'll also have live streams of choral and orchestra concerts throughout the year. You can find our entire schedule on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/DAF Media. I'm Damian Andrew, and thanks for watching.